sharing the stories of people who went for it. My next guest is a highly trained ballet dancer who was admitted into the prestigious Joffrey Ballet Concert Group. But in 2014, Maggie Kudirka, her life would take an unexpected turn. Maggie and her doctors assumed she had a dance injury or a benign growth. But what was the reality of her story is that she'd been diagnosed with breast cancer at just 23 years old. And Maggie was determined to not let cancer take away her passion for dance. And to help her cope, she actually started a blog called Bald Ballerina. Maggie went for it and bravely opened up about her cancer journey with the world. And now she joins the Tam Fam officially today to say go for it. Maggie, come on up and welcome to the show. Hi. You look beautiful. Congratulations on everything. Let's start with Bald Ballerina, the blog, because I just have to start where so many people fell in love. When you were sitting here thinking, how am I going to lean into this? How am I going to really own this journey? How did Bald Ballerina come to you as a way to really empower yourself?
Yeah, well, first, thank you for having me on. I'm so excited. It really just started by me just sitting at the kitchen table with my mom saying, I don't want to do something that's like Dancing with Cancer or anything like that. And my college professors basically told me to start a blog and just get my story out there. Even if I don't share it, it's for me. But I just sat there and I was like, I don't want to do Dancing with Cancer, or it's just not who I am. I'm a ballet dancer. I need ballet involved in my cancer journey. So I just said, what if I called myself like the Bald Ballerina? And my mom was like, that's good. Let's see if it's available on all the social media things. And it was. And initially everyone was like, it's a weird name. Like, do you want to be associated with like being bald all the time? And I was like, I'm a cancer patient. I'm going to be bald, whether I have hair or not. It's part of who I have been and who I am. So it's a perfect name for me. It's easy to remember. Everyone loves it. Everyone who says that's a great name loves it.
I love it. It tells me so much about you and this journey just by the title. I do want to go back to being 23 years old and believing that you have an injury. You're a trained dancer. You know your body. And then at 23, to be told that you have breast cancer. I think anyone in this audience and watching at home would say you would have permission to not be able to get out of bed, the pity party, the why me, why God, all of those things that would come to one's mind. But you've been so resilient in the face of this diagnosis. How did you process it? And it seems so quickly you pulled yourself up.
Yes. So initially, I wasn't going to share my story. I was going to be very private with it. And a family friend, she was staying at my apartment in New York when I was first diagnosed. She said, you need to share your story. You need to tell people. It's going to be a good release for you. Just tell people. And in the dance world, you don't really talk about injuries or handicaps or anything like that because it could risk a job for you. So I wasn't going to talk about it. And then I talked to my friends and I told them what happened, and they were there supporting me, ready to jump in any way they could help. So I just started to share my story and put it out there. I just took a leap of faith and just went for it and posted my Facebook page on my personal page, telling all my friends, whether they're my closest friends or long friends from my childhood. And I just said, here's my diagnosis. You can support me and be there for me, or you can just push it aside and it's okay. Like, it's okay if you don't want to hear my journey or follow along, but I'm putting it out there. I need this release because I was starting to get very depressed and not wanting to do anything and crying all the time. And I just needed it. It was my outlet. It was a way of just releasing all of my emotions.
I tell you, you have me tearing up now because you can just feel it in the words and how you've shared. And these are tears of joy because you did go for it. And as you said, people could choose to read it or not, but they all read it and many more around the world. This woman is an inspiration. And coming up, why Maggie says, no matter what you are facing, you too can go for it after the break. I'm teary-eyed over here. Welcome back, Tam Fam. We're talking about the moments in your life when you just have to say, I'm going for it. And professional dancer Maggie Kudirka went for it, and she's been talking about her journey as a blogger, revealing her breast cancer diagnosis. And Maggie, I love the fact that you decided to do this in the face of uncertainty, not knowing how people would receive your journey and what you were telling them about it.
Yeah, it was definitely scary. I mean, I didn't know if my dance career would continue, how the dance world would accept me. Because again, if you talked about any handicapped or illness or injury, there was someone ready to replace you. So I was so scared that they wouldn't accept my diagnosis, my life.
Wow.
And dance has been my world. It was my life from the time I was 3, 4 years old. I couldn't stop dancing. So that was a very scary risk that I took. And I'm glad I did, because I feel like now, I'm not saying I'm the one that started this in the dance world, but I feel like it just opened up more dancers to be open and to share what they're going through and to share their journeys, because it is important. We're not invincible. We are humans just like everyone else in the world. We are human. But sometimes I feel like we have to hide everything.
Well, you know what? I love the fact that you're sharing something very special with us, because you continue to dance. That is not a prop studio behind her. That is a beautiful dance studio that you use. And you have something for the Tam Fam. Let's take a look. Thank you, Maggie, for recording that. Listen, my goal is to get you in here to dance before the entire audience. I know that there are many, many things ahead for you that are great, but I also know how hard you've worked on behalf of cancer survivors and those who need that inspiration. I also have been told that you are a fan of Disney, as I understand it. Is that true?
Yeah,
that
I'm a huge Disney fan.
Right, so I understand, Maggie, and I'm a Disney fan too, because they back my show. But listen, the bedroom wall, your wall is a wall of Disney. It's like a Disney museum. You decorated your room?
Yeah, I have a whole ear wall. I get a pair of ears every time I go, or people give me ears. I also have a wall of my Loungefly Disney bag.
Okay.
I have Disney everywhere.
Okay, well, you can never have too many ears, I believe. So we have arranged something for you. You and 3 of your friends are going on a magical vacation to Disneyland Resort in California to experience the return of nighttime spectaculars. Take a look at your trip.
Get ready to experience the happiest place on earth at the Disneyland Resort in California. Starting April 22nd, the Nighttime Spectaculars are back. Celebrate 50 years of the Main Street Electrical Parade as it comes home for a limited time at Disneyland Park. And be dazzled by the return of Disneyland Forever fireworks. World of Color also returns at Disney California Adventure Park. Rediscover all the thrills, memories, and wonder at the heart of every spectacular.
Maggie, you have a 3-day, 3-night Disneyland resort vacation. It includes airfare, ground transportation, hotel, and tickets. Maggie, are you ready to get more ears?
I am.
All right. Well, enjoy your time, and thank you again for going for it for others, because so many people today will watch us and they'll be able to get up and start their day inspired because of you. Bless you, and we'll be continuing to follow you, Maggie. And send me some pictures of you in Disney, okay?
Thank you so much.